I'm heading to a former Pokemon employee's house who has a massive collection of sealed Lego sets, and he has some Pokemon stuff too, including some grails that I've eyed for years for my collection. We have arrived to the Lego barn to hopefully buy one of the most ridiculous Lego collections that I have ever seen. The scale of this is insane. Like the fact that there's multiple sets of so many of these, you know, there's shelves here, there's even back there that we gotta get, there's over here around the corner. It's just like so many sets. My hope today is to buy the Lego sets, flip them, and use the profits to fund buying some of these Pokemon Grail items for my collection. But before we go any further, I want to thank BetterHelp for sponsoring this video. My mom is actually a therapist, and I can vouch that getting help around you and getting a support system is one of the best things you can do. BetterHelp connects you with a licensed therapist who's trained to listen and give you helpful, unbiased advice. Now, starting therapy can be hard, and it may be overwhelming to think about finding the right therapist for you, or you may just not want to do it face-to-face. With BetterHelp, you can do sessions on the phone, a video call, or even messages if that's comfortable. BetterHelp can match you with one of over 30,000 therapists in their network, and that's really helpful if you're not sure where to begin in your area. To get started, click our link in the description or visit betterhelp.com/CATRP. That stands for Chase After the Right Price. From there, you can fill out their easy questionnaire to help assess your specific needs. And in most cases, you can get matched with a therapist in under 48 hours. From there, you can schedule therapy sessions when it's most convenient for you. And if you don't feel like your first therapist is the right fit, which can be common when starting therapy, you can easily switch therapists without worrying about extra cost or insurance. We know it's important to keep our bodies in good physical shape, but it's just as important to keep our minds in good shape too. Over 4 million people have used BetterHelp to start living a happier and healthier life. If you think you could benefit from this, definitely consider BetterHelp. Again, you can click the link in the description or visit betterhelp.com/CATRP. Using that link helps support us and also gives you 10% off your first month of BetterHelp, so you can connect with a therapist and see if it helps you. Thanks once again to BetterHelp. Now back to the video. Step one is working out a deal for this stuff, hopefully. He built spreadsheets and we built spreadsheets, and they're pretty close. I think we gotta make our offer based off of that and hopefully come to a deal. My offer was right around 7,870 and he was thinking 8,500. I countered with 8,000. Derek ended up agreeing to the 8,000 on the Lego sets if I could pay up on the Holy Grail Pokemon item. So I countered with my best offer. What would you think about 9,250 total? Split the difference.
Yeah, we can do that.
9,250. So we just acquired a Holy Grail for the Pokemon Pursuit in that deal on one handheld console. $1,250. We're gonna show that at the end of this video. All right, so I get to pull the van straight back to the Lego barn. We're gonna load up everything that's sealed. Probably make some more deals today too. This day gets interesting. Anytime we're with a good old Pokemon friend, it gets very interesting. So let's load these up and then we'll go from there. And what I'm gonna do is just kind of start with the small sets, bin those up. We gotta make sure the boxes and everything stay in great shape because that's very important. But it's crazy that even little sets like this, you know, can still be like 20 bucks. So a lot of these are retired. A lot of them are not being made anymore. Almost all of them, in fact. So this is quite the collection. And he's about to grab a bunch of minifigures and different things that he's gonna show us from Star Wars and all other sets, which is crazy. We gotta get these loaded up so we can make more deals. All right, we're back inside, got the van all loaded up. There was a couple sets that ended up being open that weren't realized. We adjusted the difference and deducted close to $600 from what I'm paying. Let's see what these are going for. It looks like 125 bucks. The lowest ever 80, but more recently 125.
And there's
four of them. That's insane. That definitely makes a big dent back in the right direction, I'll say that. And I love how small they are, that's super easy. So now we get to deal with this stuff here. Now, I definitely am intrigued by these. The classic Burger King. You got the Charizard and the Mewtwo and the Pikachu.
This is the red
a full set
version.
Yeah, that's a full set.
Full set.
Those
blue,
three are
red.
sealed still. Check out that Lego thing.
Ah, what is
It's so you can add talking to your Lego figures.
That's like valuable among the stop motion community. That's the only
cool
application I could see.
That was one of those. I was at the Lego store and I saw it and it was like, that's interesting.
Yeah, a bunch more play mats. Which ones are these? Let's see.
Oh, I have no idea.
I don't even know what I'm looking at.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Pokemon it is either.
Were these at tournaments?
Yes.
Are any of them staff?
No.
Okay.
Those are all probably the exact same mat too.
Okay.
And then these are Raichu regionals.
He had so many of those. Then he brought out his Pokemon cards. He worked for Pokemon for nearly 20 years, running various tournaments and things for them. I'm excited to see what he has.
And there's boxes. There's like 4 or 5 boxes back behind that thing that has just cards, and I don't know what's in there.
All right, let's see what we got in here. Probably another deck. These are packed in there. Team Magnus, Groudon.
Oh, that's the 2004 World Championship deck.
Really? You built it yourself, or?
I built it after the fact, yeah.
Yeah,
because we were playtesting it at League before tournaments that year, and it was one of those no one expected. All the Japanese came over with it, and they just wiped the floor with everybody that year.
Playing the game and collecting the cards is a whole different universe, that's for sure.
That's why the card prices fluctuate so much.
Yeah.
It's going great in the tournaments, price skyrockets. The minute they rotate it out, $5 card.
Yeah. You were like so close, Derek, to just having an entire box full of Gold Star Charizards or something. Like in another world, that would have happened. Because that's like by far the most common out of those.
These are hollows and reverses.
Yeah, almost everything is reverse or hollow. A lot more modern in this stack. And then that must have been a promo.
That was a promo too.
Okay. That's a beautiful hollow though. It's very sparkly. There's a swirl on that one. And another person.
Yeah. I don't think they were marked promo.
No, they weren't.
But I think they gave them to us to hand out to the players as
I was
like
wondering why they were so
advertising type thing or something.
So we're looking at energy cards now.
Pokemon energies by the thousands. So if I do 450, like, is that a known number? Or like how would you find like a pack like that?
Well,
450 count, lot of
says
3 went
450
for
count.
$36 free shipping.
Oh, by the way it is.
450 count. $10 free shipping. I
don't know if these are worth anything more just because they
the
look fancy
actual
or not.
box.
Those weren't sold in stores. That's how they sent them to us. We can never figure out why they all of a sudden did fancy packaging for about a month and a half.
Yeah, $9.
Okay, this doesn't seem like it'd be 450, so I'm not sure how many are in these. That seems a lot smaller.
Pokemon packs.
Yeah, I'm gonna say those are probably the building battle leftovers.
Building battles.
Because if I'm running out of Pokemon cards, I open the building battles to give them their extra 3 packs at the end of the tournament.
Square Reader or something.
That's probably all that is. And of course, they're not 20-year-old packs either.
Couple random prize packs there. All right, so a couple bins of random promo stuff. Here we go.
Probably nothing good. Now here's some more of the Magic counter things.
Baseball cards.
These are probably my baseball cards from when I was a kid. Yep, because they're all Chicago Cubs.
Yeah, there you go.
There won't be a single thing in there other than Chicago Cubs. So in other words, nothing good.
So these are probably, okay, promo for Harry Potter. There's some Pokemon. Let's see.
Probably nothing good. Probably energies.
Energies.
Whoa.
See, these are the ones I always tried to keep.
Cool.
I don't think there's much in there, Chase.
Well, we got this. Shark Boy.
And that ends up being $600, and we're all sitting here with our jaws dropped.
This is going to end up being 1,000.
Yeah.
That's
Each.
going to end up being 500. I don't know.
Cross our fingers.
I actually won't be surprised if these have a little bit of value.
And say this one might. I don't
They're
know
like
about that one.
2011. They are decent. Did it come sealed? Is this opened?
Yeah, that's open.
Oh, okay.
Probably opened it, pulled the rule book out, looked at the rule book, stuck it back in.
Okay, so we explored around a bit, looked at more cards, more stuff. We have a decent pile, and we did add some stuff to it. Things of note on this table are the Burger King cards, this set of 4 plushes from like 2004 era advanced. There's some decent cards in there, so those are definitely nice. The Star Wars figures inside of that. You know, you got the Doc Ock figures here, and some miscellaneous stuff. The wrestling figures are really cool. I like those. And then we did add some of the Pokemon. I think 2 of the 3 are opened. Then we have some baseball cards, kind of from the Junk Wax era in here, which I'd be maybe interested in sealed stuff, but that isn't about it.
A lot of the sets are sealed. There's some, that's most of the loose that's in there other than in this box.
So Junk Wax era, for those that don't know, from 87-ish to 93, they produced billions on billions of cards, and everybody bought them as collectibles. Therefore, they're not collectible. It's usually the cards that you're going to find at a garage sale or somewhere, which is why most cards aren't really worth that much. But if you have the right ones, they can be. So I offered $1,000 initially. We ended up countering a little bit, got to just shy of $1,100 for everything that was on the table, including the wrestling figures down here. So there were 16 new and like 40-ish loose. Pokemon cards, Pokemon plushes, some various promo items and stuff. And then it also includes the Pokemon totems, standees. There's about 24 of those. So that deal is sealed. It brings our running total to $10,000. for the day. So pretty good. And we still have to show you the grand finale item at the end of this video. You're not gonna wanna miss it, so stay tuned all the way to the end. We're still itching to spend a little bit more. We're at $10,000 currently. That stuff's all loaded up in the car, but just pull down gold and silver and they both are complete. So we're buying those, another 300 bucks right there. Paying up a little bit for those. And then found more trading figure games under the table. Brought out some of the cards. These are the ones I might be interested in. These are going for, you know, 30, 30, 30, maybe 40. That's got Jeter in it. And then this you can pull some Michael Jordan. So that's like 50 to 70 plus shipping on a good day. I might make an offer on those as well. And then if you remember from last week's episode, we looked at some demo cartridges, some Pokemon and some, what were they?
Just the DS demo cartridges.
Yeah, straight up DS
like
demo kiosk type cartridges. So we might look at those again and see if we can make a deal on them.
So the hope would be get all these and sell them to keep the Pokemon ones maybe?
Yeah, something like that if possible. The download stations 1 through 19, so that was at stores. And then there's 4 Pokemon ones. They're not for resale, distribution only. Put the Pokemon on. It's kind of crazy that those exist. These go for roughly $150 a piece. One of them more like $250. They're quite rare, and I definitely want them for the Pokemon collection. But the download stations,
1, 2, and 3 are worth roughly $100 or something like that.
It's all speculative. Yeah. So 1, 2, and 3 are the most uncommon, it seems. But there's like nothing on these things. So there's 19 of them.
19,000. Does that sound fair?
I had a little high. I was thinking 18.
18,000.
I was going to make you a deal. I mean,
So you've got the system too, which helps.
yeah.
So 19, which I feel like 40 to 50 is the weighted out price on most of them, and then maybe 100 on those 3. So I would offer
Didn't we settle on 18?
18,000. What about 900 for all of it? Basically 500 for the download stations, and then 100 a piece on these. That's around 25 a piece.
How about I throw in the other extra 2 downloads? Can we do 1,000 on that altogether?
Extra 2 downloads, do 1,000.
Or actually, why don't we do the extra 2 downloads and those DSi ones that you just looked up?
If you do those 2,
We'll do those 4.
yep, those in
Do 1,000?
addition, $1,000. Done.
Sounds good.
Sweet. Then I would offer you for the cards and the figures, $100.
Yeah, okay, that'll work.
All right, so he was really hoping to get the total up to 12,000 on the day, and we started digging a little bit. You may have noticed this kiosk in the background, and it's been on my mind a little bit, and we did just work a deal for the kiosk plus this DS being included. The fact that it has 6 demo cartridges with it convinced me. $560. And that brought our total to 12,000. So let's get these Lego sets laid out at the barn and see exactly what we got, and also if we'll be able to get enough sales and profit to fund and purchase the mystery Grail Pokemon item and these DS Pokemon cartridges and add those to the collection. So we're back to the barn. I kind of need to get a better idea of what we purchased. You got Lego City section over here. To me, these are the least exciting. The Star Wars stuff is awesome, and some of these are like old Star Wars Lego sets. Even the small ones are gonna be worth quite a lot of money. You got a Harry Potter section back in here, some Lego Pirates, Disney stuff, some Lego Sports, and more Star Wars down here, and a ton of small sets over here. It's honestly crazy how many sets there are. But that wasn't it. We got all this stuff over here as well. So the wrestling figures are all here. We didn't show those too much. You've got Dwayne The Rock, Zac Efron right there, which is pretty awesome. There's a bunch of older or classic series over there. The Imaginext Power Rangers, a lot of these I kind of just bought blind. Looked up a couple things, but just had to go off of educated hunches, and I'm hoping that this stuff will pan out okay. We shall see. And I do have some surprises behind me. Like I said, we're gonna look at those at the very, very end. And I'm hoping with the profits from the stuff here and some of the profits from the Lego, I'll be able to just add those to the Pokemon Pursuit collection without any money out of pocket. So we gotta get to listing. And real quick, let me tell you guys about our massive Whatnot auction. It's gonna be 3 p.m. Eastern to 10 p.m. this Friday, November 3rd. Giving away a PS5, also giving away Pokemon Pearl and Pokemon Diamond right there. But everything that you see behind me is gonna be at this auction and so much more. It's absolutely insane. Sealed stuff for days. We even have a sealed Play It Loud Game Boy. That is insane. Pokemon Gold, Silver, complete. Blue is complete. I'm probably going to be adding more Pokemons in that condition. The Xbox One is sealed. Some of these NES Advantages are brand new in the package. This Halo Xbox is absolutely beautiful. And this Virtual Boy complete in box. And so many high-end games. High-end galore. You got to come hang with us on Whatnot. Link down below. $15 credit if you're new to Whatnot. Otherwise, just bookmark that show and we'll see you on Friday, November 3rd. It is about 10 days later now. We listed just about all of the Lego sets. Still have a little bit more to go, but profits are looking pretty strong, projecting around $8,000 to $10,000 in profit, and we already actually have generated $2,000 in sales, which conveniently is exactly enough to cover the Holy Grail items right here. So these, the top 4 cartridges are the distribution only, Nintendo not for resale Pokemon cartridges. So you got Legendary, Keldeo, Meloetta, and Celebi. Incredibly rare, incredibly cool to find. But underneath is the US version of the Pokemon Center New York exclusive Kyogre Game Boy Advance SP complete in the box. This is a Holy Grail item. It's one of those things that's usually more talked about than being a reality. It's kind of a myth, and it is now in the Pokemon Pursuit collection. I am beyond stoked. I can't even believe it. We're gonna add it to the shelf right now. Got to figure out where to add the DS cartridges as well, but we'll put this one here for now, and I'll put the DS cartridges next to it. So that's a wrap. Thank you for watching. Check out all of our Pokemon Pursuit episodes in this playlist, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.